of the AI solution, but actually the producing the result of a manufacturing, or ideally I would say that retail, right? So because if you know the industry, we have a merchandising industry or retail industry. In merchandising, one of the aspects that we always see that, like for example, Disney's, such kind of company, they have different cartoons. So those cartoons are coming in different channels. And whenever those cartoons are coming, like kids are very, very enthusiastic to basically accept all the goodies, your t-shirts, jeans, and your hats and everything, right? So all the merchandising that you see in the market, actually you will see that a lot of pictures from those cartoons. And today, if you also observe that, especially the kids which are like 12 and below, so they are actually more interested to do that. And not only that, some organization I have worked with where I had some of the managers like who are very much passionate about Marvel, right? So they had their t-shirts and everything. They used to come like with Marvel t-shirts and all that. So having said that, so what we are telling is that because we have a lot of enthusiast people towards those cartoon and characters and all that, this merchandising business has been growing, and that's how you see that at least for Disney, it is a big business, $150 billion business. And we have seen that if you do not capture those hype, so hype means whenever the cartoons are getting published or networked, immediately the hype is coming. And because of social media and all that, sometimes those hypes are coming very, very fast. And now, should you capture that on time? That's the question, that if you capture that on time, then only you can make that revenue on that hype. And that is what we want to say here. So now pointing to here is, for example, when you are going back to your AI implementation, and why we are saying that AI and agentic AI is important, because since last year, the Gen AI was more of like conversational AI. Okay, you are getting an answer, you are satisfied with your answer, and more of you are doing research and all that. But what agentic AI is doing is also the action. Now you actually understand the pattern from the train from the social media and all of this thing, and basically you are trying to see that all this hyper personalization we can also basically build on top of our personas, that our basically e-commerce user, all the users from different e-commerce site, or even eventually who are actually going to the store, and making sure that you are actually creating the product for them. Like one is, yeah, those cartoons, character and all that, and then what is the nostalgia that it is creating. That's why you're creating those products on time, on the fly, on this hype. And that is why Agentic AI is helping so well here, because it can do trend detection, it can do your design generation, it can do hyper personalization, and also at the same time it is actually feeding that same trend towards your supply chain, so that manufacturing and the retail business is actually taking that input and then basically making sure the ordering system is working, and then all those goods are actually shipping towards the store or the e-commerce site. So these are available. From the ROI standpoint, as you know, that speed to market is very important. As I told, this is a hype cycle. If you don't take that advantage of the hype cycle, definitely you lose the track. And definitely hyper personalization, because when you do hyper personalization with Gen AI and AI, ideally the customer will tend to do more of shopping. And that is what we see. If you go to New York, what will happen, there are a couple of stores where these are actually the cartoon character store, especially near to the Times Square. And you will see that people are crazy to buy stuff from those stores. And these stores are especially for one cartoon. Like I have seen, I was literally amazed there that, okay, how can you build actually third floor stores which are full of all merchandising with the store. With that, I will go back to Avinash, and Avinash will cover the technical implementation part of it, because he has a lot of implementation expertise in this area.
Thank you, Shibaji. Yeah, so any successful project or AI project will not start with the technology, right? But it starts with a strong business objective. So in this case, our customer had a strong business objective, which is improving the revenue. And they identified the strategy, customer acquisition and capturing the market on time. And the initiatives that they find is target marketing, context marketing, and faster go-to-market. So now as a AI strategist, it was my responsibility to identify how AI can help them to achieve their initiatives or strategy and then the business objective. So during the business workshops, we found that they have a pipeline called Art Pipeline, where all those images are printed on the t-shirts, and that will be digitized, right? And then stored it in Excel sheets. And there are 6 creative directors who used to sit manually and write the metadata tagging and context about the images in Excel sheet, and then that will be sent to the vendors. So when they were able to create 5,000 t-shirts in a day, but they were able to create metadata only for 150 images in a day. So this is where the scaling is the problem. Right. So what we have done is like we got all the source data into single source of truth, and then we added a decision agent. So not all the images are new, right? There are some images which are already tagged in the past. So that will go to historical data direction. But we have a challenge here because since these characters are very new, all the LLMs comes with the training data cutoff, date cutoff, right? So they were not able to identify the new images. So then we had to create a manually created, curated knowledge base. So these are the 2 directions. This agent will decide whether it should go to this direction or this direction. And then the vendor adapt agent, this is where all the contextualization, personal advertisements, etc., the data will be created. And so once the data is created, we have the AI tagging prediction, which is a notebook. It is not an agent, because some of the vendors like Amazon, they want all the data in a comma separated file, and some other vendor, they want it in the pipe separated. So we could have used the agent there, but it doesn't make any sense because that can be easily achieved by using a rule-based engine. So that's where we created a rule-based engine which will do that. After that, we have a review agent which will be reviewing based on the guardrails given. And if it is not passed, then it will be coming to, again, decision agent, and then it will go all the necessary steps. But if it is passed, this is where we introduced a human in the loop. Like all these 5,000 images will go to the human, and they'll all do click pass, pass, pass. Then it will be passed to the target system. So one interesting challenge that we found is we spoke about responsible AI here, right? So this platform had a responsible AI restriction, content filtering. It was not passing some of the images like crazy ex-girlfriend, and then something mentioned like wine. So we had to talk to Microsoft to pass this content for only this application. So we have done that successfully. We were very, very happy. Everything is working fine. Then the next major challenge came. Since we disabled the content filtering there, all the Agentic AI application now is prone to create all unrestricted language. So for that, what we have done, like we have done a lot of prompt engineering, contextualizing, and also we created a kind of log for each agent activity will be logged in the lakehouse. And then, yeah, so and also we introduced something like quick disable feature, which is like in case of any unrestricted information went to the live, then somebody report it as an issue, then with one click you will be disabling the entire listing. This is another additional feature that we have added. So while we were proposing this entire solution, these 6 creative directors were not happy. They feel they are strongly feeling that it cannot be done. That's mainly because they will be losing their job. So then we have taken them through our design process and explained today you are only creating 150 images with 99% of accuracy, but with the Agentic AI application you will be able to process 10,000 images with 90 to 95%. So that means like 5 to 7% of images are wrongly tagged, and somebody need to sit and correct them. So that is the human in loop people added. Those are the 6 directors currently doing that. So it went like no job loss, but the production with AI.
And you can see here 32x productivity gain. I think everybody chasing that productivity gain, and 32x productivity gain.
Yeah, so it is also reflecting in their books. Okay, it is not it's a live case that we deliver. Right, so thank you very much for your time, and we are reachable here. Of course, there are a lot of things done. And if you wanted to connect with us, it is the place where you can connect with us on LinkedIn, and then we are happy to talk to you.
Thank you
very much.
Thank you all.